Hi friends, welcome to Edible Vibes. Valentine's Day is coming soon and it's mostly a chocolate affair. Chocolate cake, truffle chocolates, chocolate for all meals. It's a lot of chocolate. But what if you don't like chocolate? Then this is the perfect dessert for you and your loved one. It is light and fresh and as satisfying as chocolate. So let's get started. First, we'll make the tart shell, and for that, take 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, add 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix this well. To this, add 150 grams or 2/3 cup of cold butter and rub this into the flour. Once the flour looks like coarse meal, add 1 tablespoon of cold ice water and 2 egg yolks and knead it into a dough. If you think the dough is still too dry, you can add another tablespoon of water. Make sure not to over knead this. You do not want to develop the gluten in the dough. Once the dough has come together, wrap it in a cling wrap and let it chill for about 30 minutes. While the dough is chilling, preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. It's been 20 minutes. Let's roll out the dough. I like to roll it out in between 2 parchment papers because it's easy to transfer it onto the tart pan and it won't stick to the counter. You won't have to use any additional flour while rolling out this dough. Make sure your kitchen is not too hot. If you think the butter is leaking from the dough, put it back in the fridge for 5 minutes and then continue to roll it. Make sure that the dough is rolled out in uniform thickness. Now, place the dough onto your tart pan. Tuck it into the corners and make sure it's uniform everywhere. If you feel that the dough is too thin in some places, tear out a bit of the excess dough and layer it over the thin part. Now we will dock the dough. Docking means putting holes on the bottom of the dough. Using a fork, just prick the bottom of the dough. This is so that the dough doesn't puff up while baking. Trim the excess dough off. We are going to blind bake this first. Blind baking means baking a crust with some weight on it. We bake it with something to weigh the dough down so that it doesn't puff up and the sides don't collapse. So place a strip of foil paper onto the dough and pour some beans into it. You can buy some pie weights, but regular beans works just fine. Bake it for 10 minutes. Then remove the pie weights and the foil and bake it for another 12 minutes or until it's light golden in color. This tart shell can be made in advance and stored in the fridge in an airtight container. Now that a tart shell is ready, let's make the filling. The filling is going to be a pastry cream. For that, Pour 1 cup of milk into the saucepan and bring to simmer. While that is heating up, take another bowl and add 2 egg yolks. Add half a cup of sugar and whisk well. Whisk till the egg mixture becomes pale and fluffy. Now add 1.5 tablespoons of corn flour. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and whisk well. Now we are going to temper the egg mixture with the hot milk. Slowly add a little bit of milk into the egg mixture while whisking it. Make sure it is a slow and steady stream. Now, if you add all the milk into the egg mixture at the same time, you will cook the egg and it will become a scramble, and we do not want that. Slowly add the milk. And once all the milk has been added into the egg mixture, pour the egg mix back into the saucepan and continue to cook it on a low to a medium-low heat. Make sure you keep stirring. This is to prevent the custard from sticking to the bottom of the pan. You know that your custard is ready when it has a thick consistency and it coats the back of your spoon, and when you run a finger, it leaves a very definite track. Look how thick and creamy this is. Transfer it into a bowl and cover it with a cling wrap. Now, the cling wrap should touch the surface of the custard. This is to prevent a skin from forming on the top. Refrigerate it till it is nice and cold. Once it has cooled, we shall fold in some whipped cream. Now that the custard is cold, take 175 ml of heavy whipping cream and whip it till stiff peaks. Now slowly fold the pastry custard into the whipped cream to make it nice, light and fluffy. Your pastry cream is ready. Pour it onto your prepared tart shell. Make sure it is nice and even. Now top it with your choice of fruits. This is where you can be creative. We have chosen strawberries, mangoes, kiwis, and pomegranates. Arrange them however you like. Once you have arranged them, refrigerate it for about 30 minutes. Mix 3 tablespoons of apricot jam with 1 tablespoon of water to make a glaze. Now brush the fruits with the prepared glaze. Slowly demold the tart from the pan. The delicious tart is ready to be devoured. You can prepare this in advance. I love the fact that each fruit gives a different flavor and texture to the tart. It can be customized however you like, and it is such a showstopper. The crispy tart and the cream filling and the juicy fruits make this tart a perfect dessert. I hope you like this recipe. Like, share and subscribe for more recipes from us. Until next time, happy cooking.